Everyone good? We're good to go.
You ready?
Well, sort of this is living from Channel 7. If you wanted to say your name.
I don't, ma'am. I did 1,000 press conferences. You don't have to tell me to run my show. Thank you. Reverend Kevin McCall, Civil Rights Leader, Crisis Action Center. Again, my name is Reverend Kevin McCall, Civil Rights Leader, founder of the Crisis Action Center. I'm standing with Attorney Sanford Rubenstein, who is the attorney for Ricky Bellevue, along with his sister, Ashley, sister Judith, and his brother Fritz Bellevue. And we just finished an hour-and-a-half visit of visiting Ricky Bellevue in this very hospital. The reason why he was admitted in this very hospital because he is showing symptoms that he never showed before. We know that he has a history of different mental illnesses, but it seems like that after on Father's Day, when Officer David decided to put him into a chokehold, has caused him to have a relapse. And now he's experienced different mental health challenges. So we had to come, he had to be admitted to this hospital, and we had to come to check on him to make sure that he is good. This is why we have said over and over again that this officer should be behind bars and not free. Because this officer has a history of police misconduct and police brutality, and he has a history of doing this to other people. This officer should be behind bars. This officer has caused mental anguish. The blood is on the hands of Officer David in the New York City Police Department. The mental anguish is on the hands of the District Attorney, Melinda Katz, for failure to request that this officer be remain behind bars and not request him being R&R, released on his own recognizance. We must maintain and continue to keep the pressure on. At this time, you will hear from Attorney Sanford Rubenstein, the attorney for Ricky Bellevue.
We are here today in front of this hospital, Lincoln Hospital, because Ricky Bellevue has been admitted to this hospital for inpatient treatment, both for the physical injuries he sustained, physical injuries when he was choked till he passed out. And when someone gets choked till they pass out, they lose oxygen to the brain. And the extent of the brain damage he suffered at that time is something this hospital has to determine. And secondly, the psychological injury he suffered, which has exacerbated his mental illness. Exacerbated to the point that he is now showing symptoms that he didn't show before. And his sister-in-law and his brother will explain to you specifics with regard to how this choking has affected his mental health.
At this time, you will hear from Judith, the sister-in-law for Ricky Bellevue.
I would just like to say, Rick, ever since this happened to Ricky been very overwhelmed, and he shows a lot of different symptoms. So this is why we had to admit him and get help that he needs, because he needs to be okay. And we really don't know what's wrong with him yet, but we'll figure it out. We're gonna get him the help that he needs.
Explain to them what he said to you.
He says to me, Judith, I cannot close my eyes. Every time I close my eyes, I feel the officer choking me and I feel like I'm gonna die. He don't sleep. The most he does is close his eyes for 5 minutes. He don't sleep. This is not right. It's not right. It's not right. It's not right. Thank you.
And this time you will hear from Fritz Bellevue, the twin brother of Ricky Bellevue.
Ricky's not the same anymore. Ricky's not the same anymore. Ricky's not the same anymore. Since this incident, he's not the same. He threatened me. I'm scared for his life. Even society, he can't walk outside, even looking, you know, he's scared. I want the justice for him. I'm gonna fight to the end for him. This is not right, what they did to my brother. I got up early in the morning just to see my brother in a chokehold. It's not even a chokehold too, they beat him in his head. After that, they beat him after they put him in handcuffs. It's not right. I want justice, and I'm gonna fight to the end for my brother, and I believe in God, and I know he's gonna fix this. It's not right.
This is the mental anguish that the New York City Police Department has done to a family. And this is why we want Officer David behind bars. Any questions?
The question I have, first of all, is when did you start noticing the family? When did you start noticing the changes?
When I went to pick him up Monday, as soon as he got out the hospital, I went to Queens, and I picked him up in Queens, and I brought him to the Bronx. Ever since I picked him up, he's not been the same at all.
Can you elaborate on that? What changed?
His mood swings, the way he's very paranoid. He's very anxious, more aggressive. Everything, like he's not right. He's not right.
He can't even keep a police officer next to him. He doesn't want no police officer.
He's nervous.
He's scared for his life. I feel a little grief. I feel a little, you know, when they lock him up.
That's not enough.
I want more.
He's still out.
I want to see him behind bars. Because he could have been dead. What, we wait for him to die?
A couple of more minutes that his partner would have not told him, get off, tapped him and told him, get off of him. Ricky probably would have been dead right now. He would have been dead right now. What they going to say to his family? What they going to say to us?
He's dead? That's it? No.
Because he got mental illness? It's not fair.
It's not fair.
The arrest is only the first step. What's really important here is that he be convicted and sent to jail.
And we're not satisfied. Family is not satisfied. Has stressed to me, and Ricky has stressed to me, that he is not satisfied with the officer being arrested and not charged and not in jail currently. Right now, he's released on his own recording. There was no bail set. So he's walking around here like he didn't commit a crime. So the blood is on the hands of the New York City Police Department and the district attorney because he's still employed by the NYPD.
Can I just ask, what was he doing in Far Rockaway?
He lives there. He lives in the neighborhood. He's from that neighborhood. He lives there. He has family all over. He's a twin. So he's a twin. And he's a twin. So there are twins in the family. So he has different relatives and family that he is in contact with and has been in relationships with in terms of being in Far Rockaway. So he's a resident there, and he's always on that boardwalk. He's always in that area. The narrative has not changed in terms of him being in that area. He wasn't causing any crime. The district attorney's office is not going to prosecute from crime. He's not a victim. He's not a victim. The police is the victim. The police officer, David, is the criminal.
He's living here in the Bronx with his family who are trying to take care of him. They couldn't take care of him well enough to know that he'd be safe, so now he's in Lincoln Hospital.
Thank you.
So he live in the Bronx?
Family lives in the Bronx.
Family lives in the Bronx. He came to the Bronx to have his family take care of him.
Correct.
At their home, which he was doing when they brought him to the hospital because they feared for his well-being.
Did he live in Far Rockaway by himself?
Yes.
No,
So you
live with him in Far Rockaway?
Yes.
So there's a lot of moving parts.
Yep. And after the incident, they went to Far Rockaway to get him. And when she lives in the Bronx, and she saw him, his mood change swinging, and things were happening, so they decided to bring him to get him the help that he needs.
Are you his brother?
Yes. No,
his older brother. His older brother.
Twins.
Yep.
So I'm gonna help him.
Yep. And he's a twin. Ricky is a twin.
Yes. 2 sets of twins.
Yep.
How How many brothers and sisters are you guys?
I have 5 and 1 sister. All right. Thank you. Let's go.
Thank you.
Thank
Come on.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.